All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are now on the next day after the expected loss. Reality is well and truly kicking in. The realization is absolutely true. We are in a big mess, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a big mess. How do we get ourselves out of this massive mess? How do we get ourselves out of this mud? That is what we're going to talk about. Today is the members call-in show. As you can see, it's lit all over the screen. We will have some of the members join in. If you want to call in and give your opinion and be heard in the community, become a member and be part of the channel. Be part of the channel, be part of this community, and be a prominent member. Be a prominent member of this particular fan base. Big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in. Thank you for joining in. Big up to Strasbourg Steve, Dave, Isaac, Bumblebee, Miracle Survivor, RMCF, Valan. Big up to you as well, my man. Apparently, Thomas Frank would be the guy Bowley targets if Poch gets sacked. Oh my God. Is this the latest? Is this the latest? In my opinion, Poch will definitely be given the upcoming games because on paper they are winnable and they also coincide with the January market. His position will be reviewed after that, but lost to Sheffield then. Nothing is guaranteed anymore, man. Honestly, nothing is guaranteed. Sheffield United at home, you'd think that that's a given. That's a given, 3 points. We should be able to do that. But our morale, our form, it's going to be so difficult to snap out of this. This is where you need characters. This is where you need some form of leadership, someone to look up to. This is where you need a gaffer to galvanize you. He's coming out post-match after the match against Everton saying that we had a very, very good game. And then moments later, he's also saying we need to find solution in the market. This gaffer has absolutely got confused as well. He's confused. He's now starting to admit that we are a mid-table team. And literally a few months ago, he was saying that we should be winning. That's what we should be doing. We've got the first member in. I don't want to take too much of your time. I don't want to talk too much because obviously my channel, I do all the talking. I want to get in Shervin in the house. Literally his last name is House. Shervin, my man, first of all, thank you for becoming a member. And secondly, this is your platform, man. Now you get to be heard. Now you get to express your opinion. First of all, let me know how you're feeling, brother.
Well, to start, I am wearing black because I feel like I'm attending a funeral, Chelsea's funeral. And it's not looking good, brother.
It's not looking good, Shervin. Shervin, I don't know if you've caught some of the comments post-match yesterday. Let's start from there, and then slowly we'll work towards what is happening. We'll talk about some solutions as well. I think it's good to talk about, not just moan about what is actually happening, because obviously we as fans, we're going to do that. That's just in our nature. But we'll talk about some solutions as well. Shervin, some of the comments that you saw from Pochettino stating that we had a good game, and then going on to say we do need some solutions in the market if we can't score goals. does that confuse you that, well, what is it? Did we have a good game or do we not have a good team? And then he goes on to say, we are a mid-table team. Like, that's what we are. So what did you make out of all of that comments that he said post-match?
So this is what I hope is happening. I hope he's just saying that to deflect in the public, and then in the dressing room, he's going hard at them. That's what I'm hoping. Is that what's happening? Who knows, right? But if that's not what's happening, then this is just not good enough. We got to do something better.
We have to 100% do something a lot better. TC, today has been a horrible day. Rivals of fans calling us, some of us in absolute laughter. Absolutely. TC, let me know if you want to join in the conversation as well. Happy to send you the link. Obviously, as people know, members call in show. So if you want to become a member, you want to participate in the call in, make sure you do that. Let me know and I'll send you guys the link. Shervin, look, man, I don't know how we get out of this, man. Honestly, like I've been thinking about it since yesterday. I expected the loss. I don't know about you. Did you expect the loss against Everton?
100%, 100%.
100%. There you go. So I think a lot of the fans did expect a losing match. But the reality still hurts. The reality, you hope that we could have got a victory. Somehow Chelsea would turn up and show that, there is some fight, but they've pretty much delivered what we expected. How do we get out of this mud now, man? I feel like the team's broken now. And I think the post-match reaction of Jackson as well, fighting it just shows that the frustration and the mentality of the team is now completely broken. How do we solve this, Shervin? Because we got 19 points off 16 games, man. We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
We absolutely are. And I said this yesterday in the watch along, and I think you responded to my comment. The thing is, if we sack Pochettino, are the members just going to go get another yes man, a mid-tier manager? If that's what's going to happen, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, we already did this with Graham Potter, right? Like, we may as well have just kept Graham Potter because it's not like anything's changed, really.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I don't even know what the point of that sacking was, to be honest. Because even last season, like, let alone Pochettino, last season, we have this game coming up against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We sack Graham Potter to bring Frank Lampard. What's the point? Just keep Graham Potter. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't.
So true. And this is where I feel like the owners, whatever you've been doing, whatever your ideology was, your philosophy was, I think it's time you have to rip it apart, because they have this view that these type of managers, your Graham Potters, your Pochettinos, your Frank Lampard, they're the ones that's going to elevate us to the top, along with developing the young players, because that's their project as well, developing the youth. I don't know why they are so hell-bound on thinking these are the type of people that are going to take us to the top. Like, surely now, Shervin, like, it's almost getting to the point where it's 2 seasons down. They have to come to a realization that this is not working out. I think we need to reassess and perhaps look at an elite manager.
I would hope so, but here's the thing. I honestly think they have an American perspective on this, and that's why it's going the way it is. So I'm calling in for Canada, so I can perhaps shed some light to
Please, this is good. I need
100%.
people to give some light, because I don't completely get why they're moving like this. Please go ahead. Yes.
So here's the thing about American sports. Whether it's the NFL, NHL, NBA, whatever, it doesn't really matter if you finish mid-table. It's not that big a deal, right? It's not. Obviously, if in the Premier League, if you're Chelsea and you finish 12th, that's a disaster, right? But in the NBA, if you finish last place, that means you get first pick next season, right? So it's not really the same ideology. It's not the same way that people look at it. So I think that plays a part in it. This is just me theorizing, by the way. I don't know this for a fact. I'm just trying to make sense of what's happening here.
Yeah.
And what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to buy as many assets, and these are investment bankers, right? So, and also I am also an investment professional, so I can perhaps shed some light in there too.
Big up to the investors out there, investment bankers out there.
100%. So what I'm thinking is they're trying to buy a lot of young players at a very low price, and they're trying to build up their price while also trying to perform well. And they don't really mind if they don't finish top right away, because the way they look at it is like, oh, it's not that big a deal. Mid-table, no problem, right? So that's what I'm getting from this, right? So is that the case? Who knows? But that's the best I can make sense of what's happening.
Do you think, let's just talk about that mid-table, because I understand everything else that you said. Buy these players, build them up, short-term pain, long-term gain. But do you feel somewhere along the way they misjudged the situation that coming mid-table, I don't know about in American sports or in Canada and whatnot, I don't know whether mid-table, does that affect your revenues? Does that affect your reputation, image, the brand? Because
not in the same way at all, not at all. So in fact, the first thing is that American sports don't have relegation, so it doesn't really matter if you finish even bottom of the
do you
table,
think the
right?
owners knew this? Do you think our owners genuinely knew that there is relegation in the Premier League? I'm actually thinking they didn't know that. I honestly think they didn't know this.
There were those comments from Todd Bowley where he was like, "What? We're not in the Champions League? Don't we always play in the Champions League?"
Yes.
So
yes.
I hear stuff like that, and my guess is they probably just came in and they didn't bother that much learning what the differences are. You know what I mean? They kind of had an idea of how a sport works. They didn't really sit down to see how it actually works.
Yeah, I think this has been. This is why I feel like it's been a massive misjudgment from them. But knowing everything about the Premier League, because now they're well and truly should be in the understanding of how the Premier League works.
You would hope so.
You would hope so. You would hope so that there is relegation, and we are so close to that zone at the moment. We're about 6 points or something away from. Well, actually, no. There are 3 other bad teams, but you know what I mean. We're very close to that 17. I think Everton's about 13, 6 points away from us. So we're not in a very happy place. Now, you'd think now that they've seen that, oh my God, we cannot be operating in this manner. It took us a long time to get sponsorship this season. If you remember, Shervin, it took us, I think, good
ages.
It took us ages. Like it was game week 8 or 7. Like then
something
we
like that, yeah.
finally got a sponsorship, because no one really wants to sponsor someone that's dwindling around 10th and 11th and 12th. Like you're not going to, and especially when you're not in the Champions League, you're not in any type of European football. Surely now these owners should be, okay, the financial fair play. But by the way, in American sport, is there financial fair play?
It's not really done the same way, because the way there's no transfer with money per se. It's more a drafting type of thing.
Right.
And the further, if you finish at the bottom, you get first pick for the next draft. So you kind of have that advantage to kind of keep the league like you trying to keep it from becoming a farmers league, basically.
Right.
Trying to give an advantage to the lower teams.
But there's no financial capping. There's no financial capping.
There's salary caps.
Okay.
For the players. But the transfers don't work the same way they do in football, right? So it's not like, oh, I'm going to pay $100 million and buy this. At least not in NBA or NHL. I know baseball is a little bit different, but I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that works.
Okay. So in our case, being in this level it's just not suitable, because not making it to European football, there's that financial implication as well. Shervin, do you think now, like after what is going down, so we talk about right now, because I was saying, as you can see the title of the show, there has to be a crisis meeting. Like there just got to be now. Like our owners, Todd Bowley, Igbali, along with the sporting directors, with Pochettino, I think they all need to sit down and go, maybe what we set out to do and the plan, we kind of got misguided. We didn't understand the complexity of the matters of the Premier League, of European football, but we are starting to understand it now. Do you think a change, and I don't necessarily mean a manager change per se, but a change in philosophy, a change in the business model, in the sense of, let's stop all the youth project. Let's not buy every single 14, 15, 16-year-old there is alive at the moment. Let's actually start picking up some quality experienced, not just from age perspective, but experience in the sense of having a lot of games in the highest level, bringing them in now, whether they be 26, 27, 28, whatever the case is, bringing them in, stabilizing the ship, getting us back to 5th, 6th to start things off, and then kick things off from there. And then you can slowly start your youth project again. Buy the 1 or 2 youth, grow them up. Whether they're going to be part of the team, we'll see. Or you can sell them. Do you think now is the time, or do you feel these owners are not going to budge? They're going to continue in this manner?
I'm worried. I'm not going to lie. I hope that's the case, but I don't exactly have a lot of confidence that that's what's happening. I mean, we've seen some signs. They're trying to buy Osimhen, so that would be an experienced player. If they actually do it, will they do it? Who knows? But I'm worried. I'm not going to lie, because it seems like they had a 4-year, 5-year plan. And I remember with Graham Potter specifically, they were saying, we're going to judge this in a couple of years, not just in a couple of weeks or whatever they were saying, right? Obviously, they sacked Graham Potter, so maybe they started thinking, maybe we're not doing the right thing. But they went right back to Frank Lampard, Pochettino. So did they learn their lesson? I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't think they did.
I don't know if this news is true. I've seen a few people said on the live chat that if they were to get rid of Poch, they're looking at someone like Brentford manager Thomas Frank.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, just don't.
No. As you like to say, la 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 la
la la la
la la la. No, don't even bother.
Because right now, the way I see it is either if you're going to continue in this merry way, where you believe this is the right way to take Chelsea back onto the top, and we're going to talk about another different perspective very, very soon. But if you believe that this is the way to take Chelsea back to the top, and yes, man, is the right way, you might as well just keep Poch, man. Like, what's the difference between Poch and Thomas Frank? Like, I mean, Brentford, I think, is mid-table as well, no? I think they're
yeah, definitely
10th. So what's the point getting another mid-table manager? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like we're on a hamster wheel. We just keep doing the same thing. All right, let's sack this guy, get another manager just like that. Okay, sack that guy, get another manager just like that. It's like we got to break a pattern here. We either have to just stay with Pochettino, which I don't love, but what else can we do really if they're not going to change their way, or we just got to go for an elite manager. And the other thing is, who do we even get as an elite manager? I mean, even Mourinho. Like, can we get Mourinho?
Well, I think Mourinho is keen. Before I get into that, there's 2 things I want to talk about. But firstly, Himanshu, brother, can you tag me on any of the Twitter? I'm trying to find you. I can't seem to find you. It says, let me just quickly read this. On Twitter, it says, buy blue tick to send you message. Should I DM you on Insta? Nah, just, can you tag me? Just tag me on any post. Then I can maybe go onto your page and send you the link. So tag me immediately. Shervin, Jose, I don't know if you know, he's literally got his house next to Cobham. Like, he's like literally like a few miles away from Stamford Bridge. Sorry, not Cobham, from Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
So he's got his family. He's been living there. Like that's his house. Like, he lives there, right? So I think he will be keen. I think he's also mentioned like he wouldn't mind coming in and managing Chelsea one more time. Somewhere, I think recently he mentioned that as well. So I think Jose would come. Now the question is, will the owners go for someone like Jose? Because Jose is not a yes guy. Like, Jose will tell you straight up what you need, what you don't need, how we're going to operate, and he'll tell you straight in your face, right? You got to just give him the power. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, let me just quickly give this link to Himanshu, because I wanted to see what you think about this particular thought that I have, because we were talking about. Okay, so Himanshu, the link is sent, brother. You can join anytime you want. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about, you know how we said that the owners seem to have, like, a lot of people think that they have the ambition. You don't buy Enzo Fernandez, you don't buy Caicedo, you don't do all of these things if you don't have ambitions to go up. But I'm now thinking, and this is the point I want to hear from you, because you may have that American, the Canadian sort of perspective. Is it really about winning, or is it about the revenue streams, the different ways to collect and generate income? Because I feel like that's that American sense that's coming from them, where you don't necessarily need to really win. You just need to provide entertainment.
Here's the thing. I don't even know if it's that, because and this is something I haven't seen a lot of people mention, but remember when they bought the club, they were obligated to spend $2 billion within 10 years.
Yes.
So they bought for
Yes.
4.5 million. 2.5
Yes.
goes to the charity, which the
Yes.
government has frozen or whatever. That's another topic.
Yep.
Yeah, but the other 2 billion they've committed to spending on whether it's transfers or stadium or whatever in the next 10 years. So when they buy a lot of players, the way I'm looking at it, what they're actually doing is they're selling the current players, buying other players with the same money, and they're saying, oh, we're fulfilling that obligation, right? We're spending the money that we're supposed to spend. We're supposed to spend 2 billion. All right, we sell Havertz for 60 million. We sell Mount for another 60 or 55, whatever it was. And we buy a Caicedo, right? So in the books, you spent 100 whatever million on Caicedo, but actually you haven't spent any money out of pocket, right? So I think that's what is actually happening.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right. I think this is where a lot of people are forgetting that these owners are quite savvy with their business because, as you said, like Kai Havertz, right? Kai Havertz's book value, when we sold him, his book value was 24 million, but we sold him for 60. So we made a large profit out of him. And the way this book value works is how many years has he already, like, I think it was a contract of 5 years. We bought him for, I think, 72 million. Break it down over 5 years. In his final last year left in the contract, whatever money is left, and then whatever you end up selling is then the profit. So in essence, we've actually made a profit out of Kai Havertz. So yeah, maybe this is one of the policies they're looking at, how to generate income. This is why I'm like, don't get fooled with, as you just said, like Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. They'll hold their value. They'll just keep chopping down as the years go by and keep chopping down the book value. And then sooner or later, they'll wait for the one good season from the player, and then they can ship him off for a decent amount of money where they can make some profit. Let's bring Himanshu in. Himanshu, brother, it's been a long time coming on this channel. Thank you for becoming a member. How you doing, brother?
Can you hear me, miss? Can you hear me?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank God I'm not here with a broken heart.
Oh, so she said yes.
No.
Oh man, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Himanshu was going to ask a particular girl out today, and how'd that go? Did you ask her out yet, or what's going on?
No, I'm still terrified, bro. I'm still terrified.
Come on, man. Durban, give him tips, man. Why
you got this. Girls? Don't worry. Just do it. Worst thing that can happen is you get a no and you're in the exact same position. So
and you just go on to the next one. That's the way it works, bro. So don't get scared. Don't get scared. But yeah, Himanshu, bro. Okay. How you going, bro? Talk to me. How's things?
Oh, mate, it's been a long time, man. I've been on channel for like 4 or 5 years. I think you were on like 3,000 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers. I knew you. I think you did a collab with Matisse, and then I found your channel. But yeah, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time.
Thank you. Appreciate that, bro.
But man, we are finished, brother. We are finished. We are finished, man.
Oh my
I never
God.
thought in my lifetime, I have to say, as a fan of a Chelsea football club after winning so many trophies, brother, it's over, man. It's over. And you know what the big thing is, Miss? When Chelsea were winning trophies, like I was in school, I was in college, everything was going fine. Yeah, who the fuck cares, man? We're winning so many trophies. But now, as soon as the struggling part of the life starts, when you go into the early days of work, and then you relied on some emotional support from your football club, everything is going wrong. You come home and you want to watch a football team, and you're like, nah, man, I can't watch this, bro.
Back in school when you didn't care too much, like now life needs it. Life needs support, and Chelsea's letting all of us down, bro.
You need love and getting it from the other side, and I'm not getting love from the football side.
It's quite crazy. I mean, Himanshu, do you think, honestly speaking, now loss against Everton, it was expected. I think a majority of us expected that.
Yeah.
What do we do, brother? What do we do? Solutions. What do we do now? What's going to happen? What can we survive? What is meant to happen this season? What is our goal now? Because I feel like the team's shattered, bro.
Being honest, I think this season is gone. I don't think we can do much this season. What I will say is, look, I'm not saying like being Poch out is like anything bad or anything, but I don't think any other manager will bring any other manager and anything changes, to be very honest. Because I think it's broken from the top to mainly from the director's position. Like like you have assembled a team of kids, bro. How do you think they're gonna play? They're gonna play like kids in the end.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like how many players we have above 27, 28. We have Thiago Silva who's on his way out, who's 40. We have I think Robert Sanchez who's 27. I think Raheem Sterling is 27. I think that's it. Do we have any other above 27?
And Kunku?
I don't think so.
25?
I think 20, 25, 26. Yeah, around. I think Chilwell is 25. But still, like above 27, bro, we have 1 or 2 players. That's it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Bro, Dubois Singh bring Diego Simeone. Do you think he wants to play with 21-year-old kids?
No chance.
Bro,
No
bring
chance.
Hansi Flick. Bro, look at the Champions League final. The team, the Bayern won. Bro, all experienced players. Lewandowski, Muller. I think Sane was there. Was he in that team?
For Bayern Munich. No. He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Still, you got Kimmich, Goretzka, Thiago. I think the only 21 or 22 old player in that team was probably Alphonso Davies. That's it.
Bro, tell me which kid team has won something serious. Like, honest question. Like Shervin as well. Well, like, can you recall any of you both brothers? Can you recall a kid team, like sub 25-year-old, that has actually won silverware? I can't.
Ajax came the closest, I think. A couple years
Fair
ago.
enough. They've come
that's
close,
about it,
but
really.
look where they are now, and they were always a selling club. They're just going to keep selling, but they didn't win though. They didn't win.
Porto, maybe? I don't remember how their team was. 2000.
Oh, back in Jose time.
2004. Yeah, Jose, yeah.
No, I don't think that was a kid team, man.
I don't think that's a kid team.
That was a kid team. That had Deco. I'm not sure how old
Yeah,
Deco was back then.
they had
Carvalho,
Ricardo Carvalho. I think they had Carvalho.
Paulo Ferreira.
Yeah.
Costinha.
I don't think that was a kid team.
I don't think that was a kid team. I don't think
that's about it. I don't think there's any other ones.
Can live chat? Can you guys let me know? Do you recall any team? Someone's got a comment here. Miz, United team of 95-96 was a team of kids that won the Premier League, but Premier League was so different back then. Yeah, okay. So look, I wasn't following club football at that time, so maybe that might have been the case. But yeah, Premier League was very different back then. Now, who was the manager? Was it Jose that said you just can't win with kids? Who was it that said that?
So Jose said that if you play the kids, you have to pay for their learning with points. You can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Himanshu, brother, what do we? I mean, you know how every Chelsea YouTube content makers out there, post that match, we're just having crisis meetings and this and that. I hope the owners are having a crisis meeting, Himanshu, man. Like, I hope they are really sitting down and thinking about what they need to do. Do you think just continue on with Poch at the moment and just see where it goes, or
I think go on. I think you need to give him at least till December. Look, I know it's gonna sound like what he's saying, like Nkunku's gonna change anything, Romeo Lava is gonna change anything, but I think you still need to give him all these players for like at least 2 or 3 matches. For 2 or 3 matches, I think you might sound like by in December you might be in the relegation zone or anything, but like, what do we do, man? This is a very difficult fix, Miz. This is a very difficult fix. It's not an easy fix, man. It's not that she says no one move on.
Himanshu mid conversation just had a realization. Oh man, we're screwed. Man was trying to find some solution and just realized we are screwed. But
it's a very difficult fix, but it's a very difficult job.
We got 4 games left. I think we got 4 games left before December finishes, and that includes 1 game in the Carabao Cup against Newcastle. I mean, look, Sheffield United. I'm backing ourselves to win that. I'm backing ourselves to win that at home.
I'm not.
Wow, really, Himanshu?
I think it's gonna be a draw. I'm not backing myself.
Oh my days.
To win anything, man.
They have the new manager bounce too. So
can you imagine? We have
that manager has slapped us, by the way, before. Like he slapped Thomas Tuchel. Good manager. He actually slapped Thomas Tuchel. And this is like when we're not doing well. Chris Wilder. Shervin, are you in the same stance as well? Like, not confident against Sheffield United at home at Stamford Bridge?
I don't know, man. I don't know with this team. I'm not confident. I'm backing us to win, but we could easily not. So I won't say I'm confident.
Oh my god.
Bro, Miz, and look, think about it for like 2 or 3 seconds. We have almost like a 300-pound midfield, 115 for Caicedo, 105 for Enzo, almost 50 for Palmer, and we can't put together 4 passes, bro. Do you think how ridiculous that is?
That's
We
bad,
can't
bro.
put together 4 or 5 passes, man. But these players have been paid like 70,000, 80,000 pounds per week, and you can't receive a ball.
More, bro. More. Players like Caicedo and
Why
Enzo. I think Enzo's
Mudryk,
120 or 130, whatever. Do you
the
know what I mean?
Ukrainian Dan James, the Ukrainian Timo Werner? I told you, man, this guy is horrible. He's a horrible footballer.
By the way, did you see how people are talking about Mikel Mudryk in social media? They're all saying he had a masterclass. I don't know if you did I watch a different
What
game?
masterclass, bro? What masterclass? This guy thinks Eden Hazard, bro. He's always trying to cut in his scoring the far corner. You ain't that guy, bro. You just have the number 10. You ain't that guy. He was a generational talent, man.
He's Eden Hazard. If every other time he tried to take on a player, the defender got the ball easily. That would be Eden Hazard. Yeah.
That would be that would be
Bro,
for
he's
me.
shit, bro.
But for me, like Mikel Mudryk, because our standard is so low.
Yeah,
There was
man.
only 2 good things he did yesterday. There was that left foot cross, one of them, where there was no one there. That he flighted a really
And I
good
think
crossing.
one was when
And there was a
when
one
he faked the
cutback.
player.
And one was a
one time-
cutback.
One thing I
But
think
the-
he faked the player when he took the ball back and just pushed past one player.
So that was like a by mistake he did that. He didn't mean it. By mistake. It just happened. It
Yeah,
just
probably.
materialized.
You know when someone does something and you look at the player, like for example, it was Ronaldinho, you're like, yeah, he meant it. But it's
He meant
Modric,
it.
nah, he did it by mistake, man.
It just
He didn't mean
happened.
it.
Like God looked
Yeah.
after him. God looked after him. But
Yeah.
do you know what? Honestly, I don't think he had a good game, But there's
Nah,
clips.
man.
People done a compilation. They done a compilation saying Mudryk is improving. And I'm like, this is the issue with the fan base, man. Like, this is like the standard is so low. Like, if that is improvement, I think shut up the shop. Like,
Even
serious.
even if he had a great game, right? Why are you wasting your time making a clip on that? Like, we lost to Everton. We have,
so true.
I don't even know how many points. I've lost count how many games we've lost. And this is what I was looking at, because a lot of people talk about, oh, if Nkunku comes, we're going to be this, that, the other thing. Our issue is defense first. What is Nkunku going to do? You know how many goals we've conceded in the past couple of games?
Too many. So
I'm just looking at the games right now, right? 2 against Everton, 2 against Man United, 2 against Brighton, 4 against Newcastle, 4 against City, 1 against Spurs. That's our best defensive display. They were.
By the way, they almost got a second one with 9
They
men.
did, yeah, they did. Yeah, that's true.
9.
2 against Brentford, 2 against Arsenal. We even conceded against Burnley. And you want to tell me that, oh, if Nkunku comes, oh, everything's going to be rosy. Like, what is Nkunku going to do to defense?
Nkunku seems like a 3-in-1 player now. I think he's going to be a defender. I think he's going to be a midfielder. I think he's going to be a striker. Like, it's too much pressure on Nkunku. And look, touch wood. I'm not even sure if he comes back in and the intensity of the Premier League, if his body is going to be able to cope with it. He now has shown that he can be broken down just the way Reece James has shown. Talking about Reece James.
Is it hamstring or was it something like head injury or something?
No, hamstring, man. He's finished. He's finished.
Oh, he's done for 2 months now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this guy, generally, hamstring takes about 4 to 5 weeks for a normal human being. This guy, like, he's gone for 2 months.
And this guy 2 weeks ago was saying, like, I'm feeling like I'm the best position in my life, things like this. Wasn't he? Bro, what you saying, bro? Bro, be careful, man.
Nah, I look, Reece James. I mean, lads, what are we talking about, Reece James? Honestly, like, Shervin, start with you and then we'll go to Himanshu. What are we saying about Reece James now?
Man, it's so sad because I love Reece James so much. He's such a great player when he actually plays. But what do you do at this point? I mean, this is worse than Conte at this rate. He's always out.
He's barely there. And when he's there, I can't play 90 minutes. He picked up a red card. He got suspended. He's getting dropped. He comes off the bench in the second half because apparently he's lacking confidence. Like, oh man, like, And then where's Malo Gusto? Where is this guy? We bought a right back to cover a right back, and then now we have a left back playing right back.
At least we have that. Honestly, I'm surprised he's not injured by this point.
Himanshu, bro, what's your say about Reece James, bro?
What do you say about this guy, man? Look, he's a fantastic player. So I know people will get very giddy about it if you say like sell him for like 60 million, 70 million. I know everybody will be like that, like for seeing just a big talent he is. But serious conversations need to be had, man. We need to have some serious conversations, some serious uncomfortable conversations.
Himanshu, we said this season, and I know you know this, we said if this season also continues where he barely plays, bro, since he joined Chelsea Football Club under Frank Lampard, brother, he's barely played for us. Like, he's not played enough.
He's too injury prone, man. Too injury prone. Look at what happened to Pulisic. I know Pulisic was not as good as a talent as Reece James, but Pulisic being a flop at Chelsea, I don't think it was down to his performance. Pulisic being flop at Chelsea, I think it was down to his unavailability, in my opinion.
100%, man. TC is saying, Miz, are you able to send the link to email? Yeah, of course, man. Send me your email ad, and if you've got me on Instagram, if you got Instagram, just send me a message, DM me, and that way I can send you via Instagram or even via email. Unless you want to share your email, up to you, man, up to you. But happy to have you on 100%. But let me know. Let me just quickly touch base on some of these super chats. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat. Chelsea thought they were competing in under 23s. It's just this ideology needs to change big time, man. Because yesterday, as much as everyone got so excited about the front three, but let me just remind you, Armando Broja, Mudryk, and Cole Palmer. Like, these are three players that are just so inexperienced. As much as we like Cole Palmer, as much as we like Armando Broja, as much as we like Mudryk, this is, come on, man. Like, you can maybe have a Cole Palmer with two very experienced, campaigners. Like, they know what it takes to be in the Premier League. Or you can have one experienced player up front, whoever it is, and then you can have the two up-and-coming superstars, right? Three players that just finding their feet, and to be thrown at Goodison Park, like, come on, that's just asking for a lot of trouble. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Even if we give Poch the 2 to 3 experienced signings in Jan, do you believe Poch can get the best out of them? He's fumbling Enzo and Caicedo for Gallagher. Yeah, man, and it's crazy. All right, Himanshu, I want to ask you a couple of things. I want to talk about some solutions. I tweeted something out earlier today saying, for me, these things need to be implemented straight away. One, F the youth project. Like, stop buying any 15, 16-year-olds for the timing. Just stop doing that. Like, don't worry about that. Like, we've got enough. Stop that. That's number one. Number two, I think for me personally, Jared Bowen, experienced campaigner, West Ham player, very, very good player. I think 27-year-old. Direct press as well, robust. All right, he can score goals. Okay, Jared Bowen and Ivan Toney. I don't know what level of Ivan Toney we're going to get, but hopefully if we get that level before the suspension, I think we're going to be sweet. These two players, a striker and another winger, experience, bring them in January. But here's the caveat. You have to give an ultimatum to Poch. You have to say, Poch, I'm bringing you two experience. I'm breaking away from my youth. We're not doing the youth stuff anymore. That's gone. You don't have to worry about it. I'm not buying any more youth players. I'm giving you some experience players. I'm getting you two more experienced players. Jared Bowen, I think he's a bit of a leader at West Ham as well. Ivan Toney, we know he's a bit of a leader at Brentford. Bring them both in. I know it's going to cost a bit of money, but get rid of players as well, which I'm going to touch on. Ultimatum is you have to make at least Europa League. You have to. Whatever the position is, in December, you have to climb and get to 6th. I'm going to get you these two players. Number 3, I'm going to get rid of players that don't have a future at Chelsea Football Club. So your Matsens, your Chalobahs, your I don't know if Armando Broja, if we're bringing in Ivan Toney, maybe Armando Broja doesn't have a future. Cucurella probably doesn't have a future. I'm getting rid of all of these players so that we're not creating a unhealthy environment. 4, I'm starting to look for elite level sporting directors because these Winston Lee and Lawrence Stewart ain't cutting it for me anymore. This is not cutting it. I need elite level that is going to scout top targets. All right. And 5, me as the owner, Todd Bowley and Iqbali, I don't know too much. I'm still learning. Meanwhile, I'm looking for an elite president to run the show. Someone who actually knows at a top level how to run a top football club to get us back to the top. I'll start with Himanshu first up. Himanshu, what do you think about that solution, bro?
I think that's pretty good. I think I agree. But in the end, do you have confidence in Poch that will he do anything, even if you give him players? That's a big thing, bro. Like for example, how many games we have remaining in December till now? 4?
4 with the Carabao Cup, so 3 more Premier League games.
Okay. Who we playing in the Carabao Cup? Newcastle.
Away or home? I think at Stamford Bridge.
I think we're still gonna lose anyways, but we move on. So for example, let's see. I'm not saying we lose all the matches. Let's see if there are 2 wins, 1 draw. No, 2 L, 1 draw, 1 win. What do you think about him, Paul?
I think that is probably the possibility. 1 win against Sheffield United, 2 more losses, probably a loss against Newcastle. He's got to go, bro. He's got to go.
Yeah, man.
that kind of kills my plan. Doesn't it?
Serious question. Do you think he lost the dressing room? Poch. Because they are not following his instructions at all.
They're not playing. Like, they're not really playing.
They're not bothered. They're not bothered about playing football. They're like,
we are watching the games, right? Like, lads, we are watching the game. Like, does it look like it's a group of players?
Man. It seemed like it's like even at United players are giving more fight for Ten Hag than players are giving for Pochettino.
Actually true. I agree
and the news has already come out United that he's already lost like 60-70% of the dressing room.
Himanshu, you saw how United played against Galatasaray.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you watch that match?
Yeah.
Bro, like, you tell me, does that look like a team that has 50% like players that has given up? Like, that game was mad. Like, I thought United played a really good game. United played a really good game against us as well. Obviously, they got themselves battered. Look, I don't want to talk about United, but I mean, I'll go to Shervin on this one. Shervin, I've gone through my solution. Do you think, regardless of the results, as Himanshu said, do we just stick with him, whatever happens till this by the end of December, and then if we stick with that new philosophy of the ideas, just give him the ultimatum till the end of the season? You got to get Europa League bare minimum, and if you don't, if you miss out by a whisker, no problems. Or if you miss out by a big margin after giving you 2 more experienced players, do you think that has to be curtains? Like, we then need to get a different type of a manager.
Well, remember, we don't even need to come 6th to get Europa League. If we win the FA Cup, we can still go to Europa League. So there's that.
Smart.
We ain't winning no FA Cup, bro.
But yeah, that's the other issue. Yeah, that's easier said than done.
We ain't winning no FA Cup, no League Cup, bro.
Imagine, huh?
Well, the only good thing about it is the FA Cup doesn't start until January. By that point, we have Nkunku back, we have Lavia back, we can have signings. So there's literally no excuse at that point. There's none. You've had preseason, you've had a couple of months, you have your signings, you have all the injured players back. Then you gotta perform. You gotta do something, right? And even if we can't quite reach 6th, we can still win the FA Cup and get Europa League. And if we can't even do that, then I don't know what he's doing here, to be honest.
But what do we do till that point? Like, do we just ride it out, take all the L's?
Well, here's the thing. If you're asking what I would do, I would have never even got Pochettino in the first place. I just don't think he's a good manager. I don't think he's a good enough manager.
Matisse got him. Matisse
did Matisse. That. Bro, Miss, how many times I've told you, bro, you gotta put it on Matisse, bro. This guy, man, he had a fraud for us.
You know, he got cooked yesterday in All You Can Eat Chelsea. The live chat was giving
I didn't watch it. It actually started at 2 a.m. in India, so I was asleep, man.
How could you sleep after that, bro? I could not sleep. I thought my sleep was gone. It was in hell. It was in absolute hell. TC, by the way, I just sent you the link. We're going to have TC in as well. Honestly, lads, I'm having a fantastic conversation. Hopefully, live chat, you guys having a good conversation. This, I'm thinking this members calling is going to kick off, man. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think one thing we can create even during these bad times is some really, really good friendships along the way. I know it sounds very cliche. I know it sounds like very, very funny, but I think this is something that we can create in this community and keep ourselves sane as well. Share our emotions during these hard times. And I think once the happy days do come, I think it's going to be a great celebration at that time. So hopefully the happy days do come. Velan, thank you so much for the super chat. How dare Ange win games? Don't they know that Sa, Udogi, Brennan, Van der Ven, Jill, and Solomon are all young and inexperienced? They should all be trashed. Let's talk a little bit about this. I'll go to Himanshu first, then I'll go to Chauvin about this. Himanshu, you know when people talk about, you see all over Twitter, like patience, project, process. Oh my God, where's your patience? These players have not played together. They need time for the chemistry. These hard times are going to happen. And then you see Spurs under Ange, and then you see Aston Villa under Unai Emery.
Newcastle.
Newcastle under Eddie Howe. Does that make you think, what the F, man? Like, why is it different to us? Like, why is this? Why should it be different to us? Why are we getting brainwashed to believe that you can't have success in the shorter period? You must have pain. Why didn't they go through pain?
I told you why. Because of Arsenal. Because they went through the pain, didn't they? It's all because of Arsenal. Because they are not doing so well. They are probably above these two teams, Newcastle and Aston, although they lost to them. Bro, if that Arteta stint didn't happen, no one would be having this. Everybody just clinging on to that.
Arteta for doing this.
He might do an Arteta. He might do. Look at what happened to Arsenal for 2 seasons. He finished 8th. And fuck that, man. F that, bro. Bro, I'm still telling you, I don't think Arteta is a very good manager, to be very honest. I think he's done well for himself.
But I still think he's won anything. Like, besides the FA Cup, he's really not won anything. Like,
and that was with the Unai Emery team. That was with the Unai Emery team.
That was the Unai Emery team, exactly. 100%. Go on, bro.
It shows you what kind of manager Poch is, isn't he? I don't think, like, if I put out a poll before this season of the starting, I asked 100 Chelsea fans, do you want Poch? I think 90% of them will say no.
A large portion.
I think 10% of them will be Matisse and his goons. His loyal Twitter goons. That's it. Nobody wanted Poch, man. He's a yes man. He's a proper trained yes man.
He's a proper yes man.
No, look at his interview in the starting of the season. Oh, he's a winning culture. You should win immediately. And within 1 month, he's saying process, the P word. Within 1 month.
There's only one P word that I want to hear, and it ain't process. You know what I mean? Let me show. I want to show something to Chauvin if he's seen this particular video. Hudge was sharing this particular clip. Is this the one? Let me have a look. No, that's not the one. Where is the one that he shared? Julian Laurence. He shared something. He shared a clip of. Here we go. All right, let me share this with you guys. TC's in the house. TC, my brother.
Hey, good evening.
How you doing, bro? Talk to me.
Good evening, brother. Good evening.
Good evening, boys. How are we?
Good, my man. Good to see you here.
Do I sound okay?
You sound very good, man. Is that Andrew Tate? Is that Andrew Tate's picture, bro?
No. That's Otman Nazeda. That's a UFC fighter.
I was gonna say, man, Andrew Tate. We got Andrew Tate in the house.
No.
Hold on. I wanna share a particular clip to all you guys. Just bear with me for a second. Maybe I'll have a look at this. I think this is better way. Yeah, that's better. I don't know if you guys saw this. Let's watch this clip all together. Hold on. Gotta put the sound. Sound share. I only got to see this clip today. I don't know where I was when this clip was out. But let's watch this. This is Julian Laurence talking about Pochettino when he was first hired by Chelsea.
And then once they got the ball, there was no facilitation. So do you kind of subscribe to the idea that it was just too many players up front who wouldn't track back, and then it made everything disjointed? Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, there's a bit of that. My issue with it is that he went for the lazy choice and the lazy call, which was put Messi on the right,
Mm-hmm.
Neymar on the left, and Kylian in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And any of us could have done that,
Right.
but it was pretty obvious that Messi could not play there anymore. It was impossible. It was just not. It was not his game anymore. Not at his age. Not in a new club like that, in a new league with a new team. And where I got annoyed by Poch is that he never tried to find the best formula for Messi in that team, for the team as a whole, to make it more balanced, maybe more efficient, more solid, anything. It was just, okay, let's do 4-3-3, Leo on the right, Neymar on the left, Kylian in the middle, and let's see if it works. And I mean, players used to say there was hardly no tactical sessions, hardly no tactical work at training, which I don't understand. And okay, maybe they don't want Messi there, and him and Messi never really had a good relationship at all, which is weird because they're both Argentines, of course.
Sure.
But again, the club would have never asked permission from Poch to sign Messi.
Right.
It was always going to be Messi can come, we're signing him.
Right.
Now find the best way of using him. And Poch never tried. I really feel he never tried. And maybe he will say that he could never do it because again he didn't have the freedom, he didn't have maybe the squad that was needed to make it work for the front three. But at least someone like Galtier today, and God knows that I don't like Galtier at all. But at least he's tried. He's changed formation. He went to a back three. Pochettino never wanted a back three. Never even tried it. Never considered it like a possibility. And I just think that was not good enough.
Mm-hmm. Do you almost think there was an element of him trying to overcompensate his will and his power and his principle because no one has more power than Messi, if you know what I mean? Like, so he almost felt like it has to be my way or the highway because these three will swallow me up if I kind of am really indecisive.
No, it's just that he knew that the Pochettino with his ideas and methods, he could not apply it in Paris. So he had to change. And his change was like, I felt certainly, I'm going to keep it really simple. Let the front three do their thing.
Yeah.
We had, he had a really good squad. He had a squad that should have done better in the Champions League. I mean, the Real Madrid game is an absolute freak of a match.
Sure.
And yeah, you can say that, Benzema fouled Donnarumma on the first goal at the Bernabeu and everything. But we should not have lost that game. And his inability to see the danger, to change something when PSG was trying to feel the pressure of Real Madrid in that stadium.
It's an important point right here.
I was there. I could see him standing up in his area, not doing anything, not talking to anyone, looking at his shoes the whole time. And that's not a manager for a top club.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the Pochettino that I used to see at Spurs, agitated on the touchline, shouting things, blah, blah, blah. But he's got this issue. I saw him once when they were knocked out by Juventus at Wembley, where he didn't know how to respond and how to react to Juventus coming back into the game.
Mm.
And in Paris, he saw the same thing. And for Chelsea fans, very early on, we will see, because he's got, compared to other managers of that level, who can change the game like this with the substitutions, with a tactical tweak, with something, whether they're 1-0 down, 2-0 down, or they were 1-0 up and the other team is coming to 1-1. He doesn't. He doesn't read that danger. He doesn't read the game well in that way. He's actually more paralyzed by those kind of moments in the game, those key moments in the game where the moment he should react, he doesn't do it. And for me, that has been a flow. That was a flow, yeah?
Yep.
As in a flow. That you've seen at Spurs and at PSG as well. In those big moments, in big games that change the dynamic of a game, he's not there. And that's if you ask me the pros and cons for him going to Chelsea and the strength and the flaws, again, one of my biggest flaws that I have for him is that inability to almost read the game or understand the game enough to know when he has to do something to make sure that at the end his team wins.
It's interesting you say that, because in speaking to Spurs fans who overall rated him well tactically, overall, they definitely thought he deserves respect from a tactical standpoint. At least one did say, maybe at times he was too slow to make a sub. Maybe at times he let the game just leak on a little bit
100%.
too much.
He let the game pass him by.
Gotcha.
And that's, I mean, certainly when I looked at PSG, Spurs is not my team, but I saw you at Spurs. And when he signed for PSG, as excited as I was, because he's a former captain coming back to coach. He's a great coach. You know, don't let anybody say he's not. He is a great coach. But he would only work in certain conditions, which is fine. I mean, you should not ask any great coach to compromise their ideas. This is wrong. And for that, PSG mismanaged him in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But he let some games, not all the games, but some games pass him by too much for my liking. And especially that remontada against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu last season was unacceptable.
Yeah. Two more questions, but quickly.
Man, TC, I want to go to you first up. After watching that particular clip, and I'll go to Shervin after that as well, and Himanshu to circle things back.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Julian Laurent. Like, this is a well-established journalist who knows about this manager, obviously, his time at PSG. He's coming out right when we hired Poch, and he said, tactically, he's pretty much talking about tactically, he's a bit inept. Like, and then we're seeing this. Like, how often have we screamed out of the screen when, come on, make some change. Like, turn this game around. You have to have the ability to turn it around. You can't just let it flow by like this. Like, that particular commentary from Julian Laurent, Stacey, does that worry you that, my God, like this, the Premier League is full of excellent managers. Like, he's just going to get eaten up.
Miz, this is the best league in the world. It is the best league in the world. And we're depressing. What we're watching is exactly what that man just said. Poch is too slow. I haven't turned, but I'm very close to turning, because what I'm watching, like this, as he said, it's unacceptable. Like I'm even struggling just to find words to what I'm watching. Okay, like I don't know, Miz. Like, what do we do? What do we do?
I'm honestly baffled by it as well. I'm actually scared. I don't have an answer. Like, this is why, like, the lads and I were just baffled all this time. I mean, Shervin, like, you saw the clip. I think there was a point earlier in the clip where Julian Laurent clearly states, like, tactically he's not there. Like, he's not a superior manager tactically. And in this league, if you're not tactically sound, you're gonna get done by Sean Dyche. Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is how difficult this particular league is, Shervin. What's your thoughts on that?
No, it makes sense. I mean, let's be honest. The only reason this guy has a career is because of Lucas Moura, right? Because he scored 3 crazy goals.
Spurs legend, you know.
Final. Yeah, 100%. But other than that, what has he done? Never. Like, he's always just been a quote unquote project manager. And I honestly think that's the way he looks at it. I don't think, like, with Thomas Tuchel, he kind of had this attitude that every game is a cup final, right? Yeah. This game we gotta win. Next game we gotta win. I just don't think he has that mentality. I think he was just like saying words when he was saying, "Oh, we gotta win tomorrow. We gotta win yesterday." When he was saying that, I think he was just saying things. I don't think he actually believes that. I think the way he looks at it is, all right, we're gonna try and do this thing, whatever their plan is. And if it's not working this game, no problem. We'll keep working on it. Eventually, after 3 years, it'll probably get better. And I don't really think he's looking at each game as a cup final. Like, we're 1-0 down to Everton. Let me bring on some impact subs. I don't think he's looking at it that way. He's like looking, the lads are giving everything. Let me give him a little bit more time. Let's see what happens. It just gives me that vibe. It's
mad how his conversations are so reminiscent of Graham Potter. It's quite crazy. Himanshu, yesterday there was a particular picture. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, how he's got that notepad and someone zoomed in. Someone zoomed in and they actually saw the picture, and it was literally the heat map of our players, which was, I think, predominantly to be on the right side. I mean, if that's our game plan, I think we're in trouble, bro.
Guys, like iPhone has versions like normal version and Pro version and then the Pro Max version. This guy is just a David Moyes Pro Max, bro. This guy is literally just a David Moyes Pro Max. But David Moyes has tactics. He has a coaching style, but they only work under certain conditions. It's the same with Poch. Bro, he couldn't hack it at PSG, and PSG is not a big club. Is PSG a big? I don't consider PSG a big club. Is PSG even bigger than Tottenham?
I don't know about that. They're pretty big, but
I mean,
it's a farmer's league.
the name, I guess, it's big. What has PSG really done in
They're
Europe?
big for France, boys.
Yeah,
They're
bro,
big for France.
Bro,
They're big
he
for
can't.
France.
He can't hack it at big club. He can't.
You know
We've
what's
seen it.
crazy? PSG and Tottenham have made it to the same number of Champions League finals. Is that crazy?
Wow. One. Oh my God, that's so true.
Boys, we're in trouble.
We're in big trouble. We're
absolutely. Big trouble.
TC, do you think we're going to win against Sheffield United?
Miss, after watching all this dross of these low block teams absolutely sitting back on us, it's like we go from the first phase, second phase, and then we get to the third phase, and we just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, we just can't do it. Will we win against Sheffield?
The opposite of Nike. Just can't do it.
Will we win? You know what? I'm going with that. We're getting thumped. We're getting thumped again.
Against Sheffield United?
Miz, I need them to surprise me. Okay, I need a surprise because this is just nah.
I think I'm gonna lose my mind if we don't beat Sheffield United. Like, because I expected a loss against everything. Like,
here's the thing, though.
Honestly, if we don't beat Sheffield United, I think I will lose my mind.
No, here's the thing, though.
Miz,
Is it
I want to be
crazy?
surprised. I want to be surprised.
No, would you be surprised, Miss? Honestly, yes or no? Would you be surprised if we lose against Sheffield United?
I think I would be, bro. Like, I know we're bad, but at home,
I won't. Nah, man. I won't be surprised.
Honestly,
we are
think of it
getting
this way.
relegated if that's the case. We're getting
Think of
relegated.
it this way. Sheffield United just has a low block, and they just score one random goal on a counter. We lose 1-0. Is that really that unfeasible?
I see what you're saying. Like, that story has been played. That same story has been played.
We've seen this story before, boys.
Man, I'm so depressed now already. I'm so depressed.
Bro, these are the team that like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, we were beating 2-0, 3-0, easy matches. We didn't even just think about them. Like, oh, it's an easy W, move on. Now we have already decided it's an L.
You know what? You know what, Miz? I was watching your stream while you were talking about the Everton game, and you were saying that we're gonna get thumped. Yeah, I kid you not. My boy called me, in that very same stream. Okay, and he said, "We'll see you tomorrow." Miz, I shouldn't be getting called like this. We're Chelsea. We're Chelsea.
Bro, who does your boy go for?
Have a guess.
Sheffield United.
Nah, he goes for Man United.
Oh, you mean you mean when we played Brighton or something?
No. When we're playing Everton.
Okay.
Like, he supports Man United after us getting spanked during the week. Okay, he calls me, and he just copped a spanking. And
I see what you mean. I see it like these. Do you know what, TC? They are bad. We are
horrible, bro.
Like, we are horrible.
Horrible.
How did we get here? How did we get here, boys?
This is the thing. This is what I was trying to figure out yesterday after the Everton game. How have we managed to get ourselves here? I thought last season was anomaly. Like, done. Okay, we screwed around. You know, we absolutely.
We all thought it was a 15-16, right? We all thought it was 15-16.
Like, no problems. Like, we move on.
Yeah.
How we replicate it? How we actually copy pasted that? We literally said Control C, Control V. Like,
that's astonishing, isn't it?
That copy and paste.
It's mad.
Remember, after 15-16, we went out and got Antonio Conte, right? We didn't go for another yes-man manager. That's really what I think the difference is. And we were talking about the other teams like Villa or Newcastle earlier on, and I wanted to mention this, that I think the main difference is that the owner or the president or the sporting director, they just set a different tone, right? Like at Newcastle, if you don't do well, you're out. Like they're not just sitting around for Eddie Howe to go 12 or whatever, right? If they're down, they're getting rid of him. Villa, I mean, they got rid of Gerrard pretty quickly. So there's no reason why you would think if they're not doing that well, they wouldn't consider sacking Emery. But at Chelsea, we have this idea that, it's about 3 or 4 seasons. It's okay. It's a project. Don't worry about it. So when you set that tone, what can you really expect?
100%. What can you really expect when you set up? I get the feeling our owners, I don't know what conversations they're having with the manager, but it's almost as if a bit too laid back. Like I want them to give them ultimatums. I want to give them that, you know what? A 2-year contract with us. However, caveat, in the first 6 months, if you're below 10th,
you're gone.
You're gone.
Isn't it crazy that we have to put that into our negotiations? If you're below 10th at Chelsea Football Club.
So mad.
How do we get
here, boys?
So mad.
Oh man, I just
this is Chelsea Football Club. This is Chelsea Football Club needing to have these sort of caveats in the contract. If you're below 10th,
if you're in a relegation battle,
because we are quite capable of that.
It should be below 5th or below 6th. We're talking about you below 10th.
You might as well just be a Brentford manager. Like honestly, if that's it's so true. It's so true. Our bar is so low, man.
What I don't understand,
bro, if they go and hire someone like Thomas Frank, oh my god.
Oh no!
Come on.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Here's what I don't understand.
Actually true?
Some people are saying that's true, man.
I think PY was saying, right, that Thomas Frank was the first favorite before Pochettino.
But also Arne Slot, like that guy from where was he? Lille or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure when you were gonna say
Feyenoord or whatever.
Yeah, Feyenoord or something like that.
Yeah. Here's what I don't
Premier
understand.
League is a different breed. Sorry, brother.
That's
go, Shervin, go, and then TC. Go.
Sure. So this is what I don't understand. Why didn't these owners just buy Brighton? Because they clearly want to run a club like Brighton. So why are they buying Chelsea? I just don't get it. Because
they like Brighton and Brentford. Why didn't you just buy them and do your business? You would have
100%. You can buy as many kids as you want. You don't have to be anywhere. You can just be around the mid-table. It's totally fine. Fans will be happy.
Yeah.
I don't get why they came here.
They turned Chelsea into that club. Like, why did you do that? You could have just got one of them. Like TC, you were going to say something.
We're Spurs 2.0, boys. It's simple as that. We are Spurs 2.0.
The current Spurs is looking all right, though, TC. Like the current Spurs under Ange is looking okay.
Look, I'm a big fan of Ange. You know what, Miz? I'm thinking of going on a season loan because I think I'm loving Big Ange. Okay, I think I'm loving Big Ange too.
See, are you from Australian background by any chance? Because I'm Aussie, so we know. I know why you like. Yeah, because Ange, Aussie Pep, bro, Aussie Pep.
Yeah, I can't hate on it. You know, I can't hate on it. Like this is the Premier League, boys. The standards of Chelsea. You know, I get it. We're spoiled fan base, but I love being spoiled. Who doesn't?
Yeah, why not?
But we're hurting out here, boys.
Bro, we're not just hurting. I think we've lost our identity. It's like no one. Have you guys noticed? No Premier League team respects us anymore. Like, there's no intimidation factor. There's zero intimidation factor. In fact, I think you know what they do after the match is finished and they look at the calendar. They seek out?
Where's Chelsea, bro? Where's Chelsea?
we need to find form. We need to get back to winning. Where's Chelsea?
Teams are literally more scared of playing Aston Villa and Newcastle than them, man.
100%, bro. Did it look like Everton was scared of us?
Nah, not at all.
They looked hungry. We looked like we were full. They looked hungry. We're full of crap, Miz. We're full of crap.
TC, they look like full of professionals. That's what I looked at them. They look like they were professional killers out there. Do you know what I mean? They didn't need to kill every single moment. They were just professional. At the right time, I'm going to strike you. And when I strike you, it will be a goal. We look like just a bunch of kids, which we are.
It looks like a bunch of common boys in there. It does not look like men. It just looks like a bunch of boys.
Yeah.
And they you know what? They're getting treated like boys.
It is getting treated like boys, man. Lorenzo saying he... Go on, Himanshu, bro.
Getting beaten up like boys. It's boys versus men.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Proper getting slapped up, getting beaten up. I want to talk
And
a
you
little
know
bit
what?
about Nicola. Go on, bro.
You know what, Maze? I'm gonna let you in a secret. I don't even watch Chelsea matches. I just watch your streams, bro.
I know, you tell me on the live
Yeah,
chat. You don't even watch
so
the game.
bad, bro. I don't even watch the games. I'm like, bro,
It's as if you know. It's as if you know that it's going to be a bad performance.
Bro, why want to bring up my heartbeat to 130, 140? Why would I want to do that, bro? Seeing us not able,
What's even
able
the
to.
point?
Yeah,
what's
man.
the point? Like,
And
what
the
is the
biggest point? As soon as the opposition scores one goal, you can turn off the TV. You know we're not winning that match. You can literally turn off the TV.
Safe, absolutely safe. You can
Bro,
protect that.
I'm a full-time boxing fan now. I've quit football, man. I don't want to watch football anymore. I've gone full-time to boxing.
For the UFC,
Yeah, man. Usyk versus Fury. Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
We all need different hobbies. I think we all do, man.
Yeah,
Lorenzo
man.
saying here,
AFL?
lose versus Sheffield United and the bridge will erupt and fans will put pressure on the owners. Look, we're going to slowly wrap things up. I've obviously got the boys here for a little while now. I think it's been a fantastic members call-in show for the first one. We're going to do this on a regular basis. Hopefully the lads can keep joining, and I hope more of you guys can become members and keep joining. Let's just talk. I think this is the only way we can get somewhere. And we're all we got, man. We are all we got. So we might as well talk things out. Final words from each and every one of you guys. What I want to hear in your final word is, give me a solution that needs to happen. In your perspective, give me a solution that needs to happen immediately to hopefully turn things around the right way. In your perspective, if you were the owners, the board, Pochettino, whatever the case, I'll start with Sherman. Go.
Oh, if I was the owner, Pochettino would have been gone a long time ago. He's out the door. We'll get the best manager we can get. If it's Mourinho, then that's fine. I'll take it. I'd rather have a better option, but if there's no one else out there, then Mourinho will do. Here's the other thing I wanted to ask you guys actually about, and I'm curious to see what all three of you think. Romelu Lukaku, and before you say anything, I also absolutely hate what he did. I also wanted him gone. But if you had two choices, if you had option number one, we do whatever we're doing right now, 12th in the league. Option number two, we have Lukaku back, and I guarantee. What are those effects?
Yeah.
I have Lukaku back.
That effect.
I got scared for a second, man.
I got scared as well.
What the hell, man?
What are those?
Wait, is that Pochettino sending balloons? Man? I got scared.
Bro, you've been hacked, brother.
I was gonna say happy birthday, Sherman. Like, is that your birthday?
But yeah, option two, we have Lukaku back, and I guarantee that you finish at least sixth. Which one do you go with?
Himanshu, bro, talk to me about what I said, and also talk to me about what Sherman said.
Like Lukaku back in January.
Sure.
He's our player, bro. He's our player.
Nah, bro. He's terrible.
Look, by the way, Himanshu,
I'm gonna let you know one thing.
He hates it.
I don't hate Lukaku because of the interview did. I don't hate Lukaku at all. Bro, look at his goals. They're so scammy, so jammy. Like, he's shit, brother. He takes a touch and go.
He's scoring a lot.
Syria, man, we've seen it in Inter Milan. What he did when he came in.
I suppose.
Look, I don't think he wants to come back anymore. I don't think he wants to play for
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Look, Lukaku thing is not for me personally. And to answer Mrs. question, I think you give Poch till December, man. What you gonna do? Like, you can't sack him immediately. We don't have any manager lined up. I don't think they are probably talking to some managers. I don't know. I think you give him till December. If he doesn't do well, you sack him. You bring a new manager in January. You give him the players he wants. And if he does well till December, Poch, you give him the players that he wants. Like he's talking about in the press conference, they're looking for 2-3 players. I think that's it for me.
That's probably a reasonable one. TC, thoughts on Lukaku and thoughts on my final question.
I'll start with the Lukaku one. Never with Lukaku. Never. I remember that interview.
Never again. What was it, Chris Jericho that used to do that?
I remember that interview. Okay, that interview started our downfall. Okay, Lukaku is one of the reasons why we're in this spot. Okay, after that,
He's enjoying this, brother. Lukaku's enjoying this fully.
That snake,
Probably jizzing all over the place.
If Lukaku played for Arsenal,
TC, you there?
Sorry. My mic, my AirPods.
I think I just for a second thought Lukaku got to you, bro.
No.
Came from the back and grabbed him by the neck.
He put you
Like,
in
what are you
the
talking about me? What are you talking about me?
If Lukaku played for Arsenal, right, I do not doubt that he would move to Tottenham Hotspur. He's a snake. We cannot have that in our room.
He's a snake.
No
Look
way.
what he's doing in Serie A. He's pretty much played for every one of those teams.
Like, no way. Absolutely no way. No way with Lukaku. But to your final question, Miz, if we can spend $1 billion, you know what? We've spent $1 billion. Yeah, we've spent $1 billion. If we can spend $1 billion on Dross, how about we go spend $1 billion on some good players in January? I mean, we can't do it. But let's get some experience in the room. I don't want to turn yet. I'm going to give Poch until maybe January, but we're very close. I'll give him until January. If we can get him some experience in the room and let's see if he actually changes anything, then we're good to go. But if he doesn't, he's gone. He's gone. They got to go.
Yes, he's got to go. He has
He's got to go.
He's got to go. 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, well, that brings us to the end of this first members call-in show. It's been a pleasure. It's been fantastic. I think it's been fun talking to the lads. We're going to have the lads on a regular basis and be part of these members call-in. Shakti, thank you so much for becoming a member as well. We're wrapping this one up, but the next call-in show, probably going to do it tomorrow. If you're around, make sure you're down for the call-in and would love to hear what you guys have to say. I think a lot of interesting stuff will come out by the end of tonight, so there will be a lot to talk about tomorrow as well. Chelsea admin has been very quiet. By this time, there should be a lot of posts. I don't know. Has there been any posts today?
The PR.
The PR is generally out and heavy, but I'm not seeing anything. Is Chelsea posted anything? Let me just have a quick look. Generally, they're posting stuff.
Miz, I get the PR from your videos. Nothing else. I do not follow Chelsea. Okay, because it's depressing.
Oh my days. Now I just saw that there is a interview of Pochettino post-match. They've uploaded that, but yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Give the lads a follow. They're on social media as well. They're just, if you go to my profile as well, you see under who I'm following, you'll see the lads there because I'm following them. So you can follow them and become a member to be part of the show. Until next time, everyone. Take care and
catch you, boys. Have a good night. Thank you very much.